Good afternoon. I'm Sherry Street and I want to tell you a story today. Have you heard Ain't A Milne's tale in which Pooh invents a new game and Eeyore joins in? Let me tell you about it. It happened in the forest where Pooh lives. Near a river. There's a big river that wanders through the forest. It's slow moving and kind of moves without purpose, as if it has no particular destination. Right where that river meets the road is a wooden bridge. It's a sunny place to sit and ponder the world and enjoy the sunshine, and the slow-moving water slipping underneath kind of gives it a hazy, lazy day kind of a feel. Well, Pooh likes to go there and ponder poetry. So one day he was laying on the bridge with his head hanging over the rail on the bottom and thinking about a poem about a fir cone. And the fir cone slipped from his fingers and fell into the water. Well, it went under the bridge and came out on the other side. He didn't realize that would happen. And he was amazed and delighted, and he grabbed lots of fir cones and dropped them in the water. And then he decided to drop 2 fir cones into the water at the same time to see which would go under first. Of course, Pooh forgot which fir cone was which fir cone, so he doesn't know which one made it under first, but nonetheless, a game was created. And Pooh and Piglet and Roo and Rabbit would meet on the bridge with sticks, because they float better than pine cones, and drop their sticks into the water on one side of the bridge, then rush to the other side of the bridge and wait for their sticks to emerge to see who was the winner. This game had been going on for quite some time, months and months, and the score was ongoing, so the numbers were high, but Pooh was a little bit ahead. When one day they were playing, and they had dropped their sticks in on one side and rushed to the other side to watch, and they waited and waited, and their sticks weren't coming out. But out came Eeyore with his little donkey legs in the air. Poor thing got caught in an eddy and started to spin around just as he went under. Well, the animals were full of questions. They wanted to know about his sojourn down the lazy river, where it had begun, what was the purpose, where was he going, how did he get in the water, did he realize he was in the water, and of course, Eeyore is a bit of a sarcastic guy. So he had lots of answers, and I won't repeat them all here. But mainly he wanted them to help him get out of the water. Well, the little animals couldn't reach him, and they didn't know what to do. So they thought, and Pooh came up with an answer. He got a large rock, and he hung over the edge of the bridge with this large rock right beside where Eeyore was, and when Rabbit counted to 3, he dropped it in the water, despite protests by the donkey. But it caused a huge splash. The water covered poor Eeyore up, but it also pushed him to the side, and he floated over to the edge of the river where the animals met him, helped him out, and tried to dry him off with a handkerchief, which is kind of amusing. But Eeyore told the animals that Tigger had bounced him into the water. Well, Tigger arrived about that time and completely denied it. He said he had simply coughed and Eeyore had fallen in the river. Pandemonium ensued, squabbling and fussing and people taking one side or another side. And about that time, Christopher Robin came walking down the road. Now, Christopher was just out for a sunny stroll, but he happened upon all this chaos. And the animals all wanted Christopher to solve the dilemma. Had Eeyore been pushed, or did he fall? Or bounced, actually. Anyway, Christopher couldn't even make out the conversation. There was just a tide of rising and falling voices, and he couldn't even make the words out. And so his suggestion was, let's all play Pooh Sticks, which was a great suggestion. Even Eeyore and Tigger joined in, and they played all afternoon. At the end of the day, Tigger was the loser, but Eeyore actually won the most games for the day. Kangas showed up and took her son Roo back home to go to bed, and Rabbit hopped off after them, and Eeyore and Tigger wandered off into the forest together, and they were discussing Pooh Sticks. Eeyore was telling him the finer points of winning the game. Pooh, and Piglet, and Christopher Robin stayed on the bridge. And they just sort of enjoyed the lazy Sunday afternoon and enjoyed the sun and the slow moving river slipping below them, and pondered the benefits of pine cones to the world. I wish I knew where that bridge was. If you figure it out, let me know. Thanks for listening.